Hello again, I'm back. I don't know what happened there. I think YouTube is having a bit of a nervous breakdown. It's really strange. So there you go. So I'm back again. Now, if you missed out on having your insights, then I'm back for another half an hour. So it's all good and we can continue with where we left off. I know it was a bit frustrating if you were waiting in the sidelines there. We're looking at your numerology today. So we're looking at your date of birth and also the name that you've got as well. So sometimes we can look at both. We can look at your name chart and your birth chart, and we can look at those different aspects because it reveals a lot more about your personality blueprint and your strengths and weaknesses and the best times for you to embark on new projects and ventures. So we're using the color mirror system today as well, which is an amazingly reliable tool to use, which helps to decode both of our conscious and subconscious aspects so that we can start becoming conscious creators of our own reality again, because a lot of the time we're not aware of what our subconscious mind is saying, and we might know what our conscious mind is saying, but if they're both telling different stories, then guess which one wins? That's right, the subconscious. So we've been looking at ways in which you can raise your vibration as well, and I think that's really interesting as well because if you're here to do the work and you're here to help with the planet's evolution, then we do need to look at ways in which you can keep your vibration high and keep out of that sort of victim mentality where you end up creating all the wrong things for yourself, and I don't want that for you, and I know you probably don't want that for you either. So so leave your date of birth. What we've just been looking at a few different dates of birth with the last live stream that we did, which I think the chat ended up sort of malfunctioning. So I've had to come back, and I just wanted anybody else who was watching that didn't get the chance to have their reading, then I can have a look at that for you now. Okay, so if you're watching and you really would like to have some insights done for you, we were doing Leanne before. So have a look and just leave your date of birth in the comments section, and then I'll take a look at what's going on for you across the three planes of existence: mental, emotional, and physical as well. All right, so they're the three planes of existence that we're all a part of. Obviously, we've all got a mind, we've all got a soul, and we all are physical beings of light as well. So when we look at those aspects, we can really start understanding what you're actually here to do and what your purpose is on the planet as well. So it all starts with your date of birth. So if you can leave it with the day, month, year as well, because I know that a lot of you guys watch in America, so it just makes it a little bit confusing. So it'll be day, month, and then year, like that, please. And that's how I'd like your date of birth to be put into there. All right. Now, I've also got my Starseed Oracle deck with me today as well. And they're brilliant, actually, for really being able to give you some insights about what's really going on and help you to kind of feel better about yourself as well, and to give you some guidance for the day ahead. So I use mine as almost like a daily oracle. So I'll look through them like that, and I'll pick out a card that that seems to resonate. And this one's come up a few times recently. It's called A New Earth, and it's it's like a female archetype, and then she's looking at a planet in the distance and saying it's happening. Keep holding the vision. And that's the thing, the new earth is happening. We just have to hold that vision and not step into any doubts at all, because doubts is what destroys creation. Hi Steph, how are you today? You'd love a card, would you, Steph? Yeah, sure, no worries at all. And I've actually got my Change of Life Tarot with me here today as well, which is a beautiful deck that was actually created by a friend of mine, Joe Watkins. So when I used to work in the Blue Buddha in Busselton, I used to read cards behind like this big turquoise curtain, and people used to come and see me. And Joe was the lady who used to run the shop, and she was developing those tarot cards when I was there, but they only recently got finished. So I bought a deck of her, and they're really amazing because they're based around both major and minor arcana cards. We've got Zar here, and Zar says it's Zartun Nisa, and you're born on the 9th of the 3rd, 1994. I'll take a look at yours for you, Zar. No problem at all. And the voids come up. The void is stop. So if you're watching this, You've got to stop. You've got to embrace the winter. It's the great cosmic womb. All right. So stop what you're doing. Pause for a while. Allow things to unfold organically. All right. So so that one actually was for you, Steph. All right. You've got to stop what you're doing. Alana, the one that you've got is double mission. You are a light worker and a starseed, and it's about serving the world by being you. Okay, so that's what you've got to do. You just got to be yourself. Don't try and be like anybody else. You know, a lot of the time, the people that you admire are the ones that it's kind of smoke and mirrors anyway. So you've got your own unique tools to work with and your own strengths. Okay, so remember, if you're liking this today, please make sure you like the video and subscribe to my channel as well, so that you'll never miss one of my videos. Hi V, how are you? So I'm going to go to Zar. We've got Zar. Just I might have to change to my blue pen. My purple one seems to have run out. Okay, so Zar. So Zar, you were born on is that the 9th of the 3rd, 1994, or the 3rd of the 9th, 1994? Exactly, yeah. Sometimes that's it. Just reflect on it and say, well, what is it that I'm doing that I need to stop? Nice to see you, Kamalay. A continued. That's a cool name, isn't it? All right. So it's the 9th of March. Brilliant. Good. Thank you for clarifying that. And Kamalay, your date of birth is the 23rd of August, 1986. Okay. So I'm going to start with Zar. Zatron. And we can see that there's 3 9s in your birth chart, which is quite an interesting anomaly. Look at all those 9s, and they're isolated as well. You see that there? The 9s there. So it means you're very ambitious, but you want to help people. So for you, you are a humanitarian. You're very wise as well. So you carry a great depth of wisdom within your mind. So you can tap into that if you really try, you know, by maybe doing meditation and tapping into soul memories, etc. You do have a weak soul protection. You've got a negative arrow on your soul plane, which is actually called the arrow of hypersensitivity. So you get easily hurt. So, you know, and sometimes that you can put up a bit of a prickly exterior. You know, it's almost like a hard exterior, and it's self-preservation in a lot of cases. You struggle to communicate how you feel, but you are somebody who is here to help and to heal, because your day number is 9, and 9 is the healer. They're far more suited to, you know, celestial work than corporate mainstream. They're not very good money managers a lot of the time. And the 9 energy is Mars, which is red over orange in the color mirror system. It's this one here. All right. So you've got to make sure that on a day-to-day basis that you speak up about how you feel and don't suppress it. Don't get meek and mild and angry and frustrated. It's best that you speak about how you feel. Okay. And that'll help you. Your ruling number is a 9, 10, 19, 23, 26, 35. So you're a ruling 8. So you're very independent. You like doing things your own way. You like to be in control, and you're very organized as well. But you recognize, you know, the benefits of systems and processes and stuff like that. So you recognize the future. Your future needs to be built on solid foundations. That's bottle 8. So that's your Saturn energy. Saturn is old father time. You know, you recognize your future needs to be built on solid foundations. So actually there's a lot of wisdom that comes with you. You're quite a practical person, and you've got a good vivid imagination. Sometimes you can be a bit critical when you're living negatively, or your imagination can run away with you a little bit as well. Exactly. Even 999 breaks down. 3 9s are 27. 2 and 7 is 9. So 9 never loses its integrity. Okay, so that's a good sign really within a chart. So, you know, you are here to help and to heal. You make a good counselor. You know, you'd make a good healer. It's those types of works. But also, you can be a good money manager, because your 8 energy is your main aspect. And they're good managers, you know, so they're often found working in finances or even the travel industry. So, you know, that sometimes you might be good and sometimes you might be bad, because that's interesting, because you've got the 9 as your day, and then you've got the 8, which is, you know, a lot more sort of methodical in their approach. So which one are you? Which one are you? Okay, so I'll leave it there for you, Zara. Now, look, these are just little insights. If you want a full report, then make sure that you let me know, and I can look at your Starseed Numerology origin. So the star system that your soul originated from after it left source consciousness in a 17-page handcrafted report that's written by me as well. They take about 7 to 10 business days to create. But if you'd like one of those as a roadmap to your future, then just let me know afterwards, and I can send you a link. All right. No problem. So how did that go for you? Did that make sense for you, Zahar? Leave a few comments and let me know. All right, so Kamalay. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing your name right. This pen is hopeless. I'll just grab one of my new pens. Ugh. There we go. I've got my little bag of tricks here. Let's try black. There you go. Okay, so Kamalay. And you're the 23rd of August, 1986. Two eights, a 9, a 6. Quite left-brained. Kamalay. Kamalay. For your son. Ah, that's sweet. They do make sense, yeah, they really do. Okay, great. So Kamalay, what we can see is you've got the arrow of the planet and the arrow of individuality. Sorry, the arrow of intellect. So it means that you've got a very active mind. Okay, it's stimulated. So the memory, the creative aspects, and your wisdom, but also you've got this arrow of the planner. So you've got an inherent love of order and processes. So you like to know what's coming next. Sometimes your long-term memory can be not as good as your short-term memory isn't as good as your long-term memory. That's how that can play out. But you are quite a creative person. You struggle to communicate how you feel a little bit, and also very intuitive as well. Your day number is a 5. So the 5 it's all about freedom. Okay, it's mercurial energy. So you need space. You need to be able to have light-hearted company around you. You need to be able to express how you feel. If any part of you wants to hide, it can make life quite difficult for you. And actually, you have to go through processes of letting go of old masks that no longer serve you, because the 5 is all about freedom, versatility, and travel. Okay, so you know you've got to go out and explore different cultures, meet different people, different places. You are very independent as well. So you know you've got 2 8s there, and you like to be in control. So there is a great sense of independence and wanting to be in control around you as well. And an organization too. You could do with a bit of grounding, because it seems like you're all in your head. You know, you're always thinking and stuff, and maybe sometimes you just lack a bit of connection to the earth. It's the same for a lot of star seeds, really, isn't it? Because we kind of like prefer to be connected to, the cosmos and, the stars, rather than the kind of humdrum day-to-day duties of 3-dimensional living. Your ruling number is 9, 10, 18, 19, 24, 24, 34, 32, 35, 36, 37. So you're a ruling number 10. So that's your biggest aspect. Okay, so the 10 is the business owner, really. It's the leader. The 10 is the energy of the leader. It's the one. It's like, I want to do things this way. And so you could have your own business, but you lead with a very soft feminine energy. You're a manifester. If you're given lemons, you'll make lemonade. It's that sort of stuff that comes up for you. So you're very much able to consciously create when you're not living negatively. So having your own business would be really beneficial for you. We can see as well that for you, that, you know, this sense of freedom is very important. So having your own business is a better option for you than working in a day job, because you might find that to be a bit restrictive for your soul. But definitely some grounding that needs to take place. At the moment, you're in a 13, 16, 17, 18. You're in a personal year cycle 9. So when you get to a personal year cycle 9, what happens is it's almost like the end of a cycle. So you've got to allow fresh new energy to come in next year for you. All right. And that would be changing jobs, changing house, or changing relationships. So try not to make any major decisions this year. Okay. That's really, really important. There you go. So Alana says, I got a Starseed reading and it was wonderful. Thank you so much. I'm really pleased that you enjoyed that. Do you know what? It's funny because since the beginning of COVID, which was, I don't know, it was like about 9 or 10 months ago. Or was it longer? I lose track. But anyway, all of a sudden, everybody was contacting us, wanting to know what their starry origins were. And so we've been writing reports, and we've actually literally last week, we created our 500th report worldwide, which, you know, obviously takes a lot of time to be able to create that many reports. But it's been fascinating looking at, you know, the common traits within starseeds. Okay, so that was Kamalay. Leave a few comments and let me know. Did you enjoy that? Did it make sense for you? Yeah. Kamalay. I did pronounce it right. Good. So we've got V. Now, V is born on, are you the 14th of the 7th? Yeah, the 14th of July, 1986. And what is your real name, V? Are you Veronica or a Virginia? Seven, 9, 8, 6. Lots of guys with the arrow of practicality today, which is interesting. And another day number 5. So Vache, and is that a male or a female? There you go. So Kamalay, so yep, it did make sense. Thank you very much. Good, good. I'm pleased that it's connected with you on some level. Okay, so V, you like active participation in life. You've got all 3 numbers there on your physical plane. So you kind of like material aspects, physical and practical. So you like to take action in your day to day. You've also got the arrow of activity. So this is a suppression of nervous energy, which means that you're always on the go. So you need relaxing, calming, cooling company around you, so you can chill out a bit and not be so frenetic, because that's like always on the go. It's the active end of your birth chart. You're very organized. You're quite independent. You're quite a creative person. I feel like you could express your creativity through your hands, V, as well. And actually, you're a good communicator, although sometimes you can react to emotional situations as well, because you don't have a 5 in your chart, which is the center of your emotional plane. Now, actually saying that, because your day number is 14, reduces to a 5. It's that mercurial energy again, which is about freedom, not wanting to be restricted, and kind of versatility and communication. So actually, I feel like for you, you probably do know how you feel. I think you feel things quite intensely, actually. And then you've got your 9, 10, 18, 9, 24, 31, 35, 36. You're a ruling number 9 like me. And the 36 it reduces to a 9, and 9 is Mars energy, which is red over orange, which means that you've got to speak up about how you feel and express that instead of holding it in and getting frustrated, because red is anger. But also make sure that you use your beautiful softer skills to help people, because you're here to help humanity. So you're either a healer, or or you like to work in religious disciplines, or you might be a counselor, but there's a lot of wisdom that you want to share, you see. And I feel like you'd make a great traveling healer. It's female, is it? Yeah. Good. Yeah. So you're probably not a very good money manager. So you might find it difficult sometimes, sort of saving money, for example, because you probably, as soon as it comes in, it goes back out again. So that's just some little insights for you today, V. You're in a 5, in a 12, 16, 17, you're in an 8 this year. So you're stepping into your personal power this year. The 8 is about stepping into more of your independence and finding your authentic power. And actually money can improve for you this year as well. So talking about money, in an 8, when you're in a personal year cycle 8, you often find that more money comes in for you. So that's some little insights. If you want your full Starseed Numerology Report, which is a 17-page now, handcrafted report, which looks at the position of your sun at the time you were born with astrology, which will give me insights into which star system that your soul originated from after it left source consciousness. So, you know, whether that was from Andromeda, like me, because I was told that I was from Andromeda in the middle of the night about 3 years ago. And, you know, it was like, what is that? I didn't even know what it was. And so I started Googling it the next day and found out all the traits that the Andromedas are here to help people with self-love and self-confidence, but also to rediscover their inner wisdom so that they can live a life of more love, joy, and purpose. Or, you know, whether it could have been like the Pleiades or Arcturus or Lyra or Orion, Sirius. So many different star systems. So I calculate that based around your numerology and your astrology. And then I look at your peak years of maturity through your pyramids as well, which is super exciting because they give you clues. It's almost like predictive clues about what you're going to get involved in as your life unfolds. Like, for example, for me, I'm in my peak year of maturity, which is governed by the number 7. And the 7 is the spiritual teacher. And that's what I've been doing for the last few years. So it's like, you're almost called upon, you know, to teach what you've learned so far. So that's it's really interesting. And I also look at your name as well. So not just your date of birth. I look at your name chart because your name chart sits alongside and it either balances and supports or it does nothing, you know, for your birth chart. So it can be complementary or supplementary in a way. Mintaka. Ah, interesting. There you go. So V says spot on. Thank you very much. You're very welcome. Very, very welcome indeed. Okay, so that was Zar. We've done Zar. We've done V. We've done Kamalay as well. And let's have a look and see who else. Okay, so let's have a look. Okay, Steph, are you still there? I can have a look at your a little mini one for your son, who's the 31st of the 1st, 2008. And that's interesting when we do kids, because obviously kids have very, very different dates of birth to us. You know, a lot of them don't have the 1 or the 9 influence in their charts because they're born in 2000. So there's more 2 energy for a lot of them. So they're more sensitive because 2 is feminine and sensitivity. Oh, a card. Alana wants a card. Okay. Yeah, no worries at all. Alana wants a card. Alana can have a card. Okay, let's do Alana a card. And then Steph, I can have a look at your son. What's his name? There you go. Okay, so this one's for you, Alana. It's actually the double mission that's come up again. So you've got a double mission. You're a light worker and a starseed, but you've got to serve the world by being you. Just be you. Okay? Does that make sense, Alana? Just be you. Don't try and be anybody else. There's no point in trying to be anybody else. Because you were born as you. And being you is perfect. Remember that. Excellent. Okay, so Jonathan. All right, we'll have a look at Jonathan. And he's just a wee nipper, isn't he? Well, actually, he's not now, is he? Because it's like he was born in 2008. So the 31st of the 1st, 2008. So what does that make him? Makes him 10, 12, 13. Yeah. So he's got an inherent love of order and methods and processes. So he's quite left brain, old Jonathan, or young Jonathan, should I say. He's quite left brain. Difficulties for him during childhood, okay. So, you know, I don't know whether you separated from his dad or that he felt like he didn't fit in when he was growing up. You know, because that's the arrow of frustration. That's the lack of the 4, 5, and 6. It's a difficult vibration within a chart sometimes. because it's almost like they can feel misplaced, or like they have challenges and difficulties. But he likes to know what's coming next. So he'd be the sort that will end up writing a tick list, and he'll have to see his way through his day like that. He's quite an independent chap as well. So I feel like, he's quite organized. He's independent. He likes to do things his own way. He likes to be in control, and he likes the physical and material aspects of life as well. So the 4 is connected with the physical plane. It's the 31 reduces to a 4. So he needs to go through his life letting go of all people, places, and structures that no longer serve him in his life, because the 4 energy is Uranus, which is yellow over deep turquoise. But he's probably going to be quite good with his hands. He'll like the physical aspects too, so he might like to look after his body, or or he might like to make money and things like that. The 4 energy is all of that. And then he's a ruling number 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So he's a 6. So he's creative as well. He loves the home. He loves his family. And, when he's living positively, he can express his creativity. But when he lives negatively, he can be prone to a bit of worry or anxiety. Yeah. So, watch that. So, you'd be best off trying to encourage him to express his creativity through his hands. So express that beautiful creativity. He likes balance and harmony in his relationships. Venus is 6. All right. So that's his ruling number. So you can see it's soft feminine energy. He might be, sometimes when they have a 6, they might feel like that, they're quite sensitive around the mother as well. So he doesn't know his father. Oh, wow. Okay. He went to prison and then he committed suicide. Oh, that's so sad. I'm so sorry to hear that. That's really sad. Yeah. So there is some difficulties around all of that, and that can knock on into his adulthood as well, so he might find it difficult getting a relationship because he overanalyzes, he's like, he'll be processing things. But there's a Jack or something like that that's surrounding him. There's another J sounding name, John or a Jack or a Joe or something like that, that's connected with him. So I don't know whether this was his father or whether this is somebody that but there's that name or that energy came up when we were just talking about this. So if you can clarify that would be awesome. Okay, so who wants to go next? Who would like some insights? I can only be around for a little bit longer now. Remember, guys, I'll put a link into the comment. Actually, there's underneath the video, you'll see there's a link if you want to get your Starseed Numerology Report ordered. But please be patient, because they do take me 7 to 10 business days to create, because they are, as I said, they are handcrafted. They're not computer generated. So if you order one, please, just wait for it to be delivered, and that would be most appreciated. Okay, so let's go back to cards for a while. There was a Joe in your life. Okay. Oh, he passed as well. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Steph. It sounds like there's been a whole lot of tragedy, around him. But it feels like, I feel like he's quite a loner. I feel like he's, he might have been more affected by all of this than he maybe lets on. Okay, so this is going to be a card for Jonathan. Okay, here's a card for Jonathan. And it's the 6 of Pentacles. The 6 of Pentacles. This card here is for Jonathan. The 6 of Pentacles. All right, I'll read that. I'll read that out for you. 6 of Pentacles. And represents the mastery of balancing, giving, and receiving. This includes all facets, finances, employment, people, and general life. If you're feeling like you're not being treated fairly within a financial situation, the card validates your sentiment. Now is time to go forward and take responsibility for your true worth. Another aspect of the card indicates attention to whether you are giving more than you should. So maybe it is that he gives more than he should. Maybe needs to bring that back into balance. Yeah. He may need to bring that back into balance, because sometimes, when when we've lost as well, we feel like we need to give to try and keep people around us. So maybe it needs to rebalance those aspects. There you go. So Ram says, my family want me to get a starseed report because they think it'll answer a lot about my mischievousness. Absolutely. It will indeed. It will certainly help with that. Now, has anyone got any questions for me today? Any questions at all? If you have, please pop them in the comments section. Let me know if you've got any questions. Anything that you would like me to answer. Anything at all. Please fire away. Now is your opportunity. Speak now or forever hold your peace. All right, and there's your link as well. If you want to get your report, that's where you can get that. Okay, so remember, if you're watching, guys, and you've just tuned in, if you've got anything that you'd like to ask me, please fire away. You would like to know more about mantids. Mantids. I don't know what that is. Sorry. What is mantids? I don't really know what that is. Steph, sorry, lovely. I don't know what mantids are. No, sorry. Oh, the insectoids, like the mantis. What happens to the soul after suicide? Okay, so I'm not sure about the insectoids, to be fair. I haven't really ever had any deep connections with them. Yeah, I'm not sure. What happens to the soul after suicide? Well, there's a couple of different schools of thought and theories that you can either choose to, sort of accept or not. One of them really is that really life doesn't change that much. Like if you're in torment when you cross, then you're still in torment when you on the other side. So you almost have to observe the emotions of the people that you've left behind, and that can almost create some sort of purgatory for you. But it's only you that goes into judgment. You see, you have to judge yourself. So it's not God that's judging you. So if you need to bring in forgiveness for yourself, if you've suicided, sometimes that's why they say that it's almost like a bit of a hell for the people that have suicided, and that they have to experience that on the other side. Other people say that when you cross through suicide, that you just instantly, like everybody else, just enter that state of bliss, and you exist there for a while until you're ready to look at sort of where you maybe need to forgive yourself. Okay, because that's all it's about. We've got to remember that it doesn't matter what you've done during the course of your life. It's an illusion that you have to feel guilty about anything, because everything is divine. So nothing sits outside of divine. So sometimes it's just a case of sort of connecting up with the conscience. And of course, you don't have any escape from the conscience when you're dead, because your physical body is gone. You can't sort of run away from it, because you become that. So you're forced into looking at the things that you are judging about yourself. How to unlock wisdom? Well, I used color and numbers to be able to unlock my inner wisdom. Lots of people have different ways of doing it. It might be that you are drawn to sound healing, or you might find that meditation or mindfulness can help. It's different for everybody, I think. Not necessarily. They don't necessarily create a deal of karma by doing so. I think that we've got to remember that the birth death cycle is, again, it's just an illusionary thing. and it's there to try and keep us in control, you know, in the matrix. So actually, the birth-death cycle can be transcended, and we've just got to know that we can do that. We can clear our soul contracts whilst we're in our physical body. We can clear out, we can do our ancestral clearing and our karmic debts as well. We can actually clear those through simple mantras. You know, that we don't have to feel caught up in this wheel of karma. Yeah. So again, karma is another big misunderstanding. Okay. So hopefully that's made sense for you guys. I'm going to be heading off now because I've got a client meeting at 3 o'clock. So I'm going to be with a lady who's doing the color mirrors, and we're going through the next color on her journey, which is really interesting. So, and then you know, if you guys really enjoyed what you watched today and you're interested in learning more about numerology, remember I'm teaching it this Sunday, the 11th of April, from 8 until 1 o'clock Perth Western Standard Time. It's level 1, so it looks at your how to calculate your ruling number, day number, all of your arrows of individuality. So it goes through all of that, and your personal year cycle numbers as well. It's only 99 Australian dollars, and it's done by Zoom as well. So it's a global event. So if you want to join that beautiful group of awakened souls on Sunday, then please just message me. You can email me. I'll put my email address in here, and I can send you a link to get your ticket through either Eventbrite or PayPal. Okay, so that's Hayden at haydencrawford.com. There you go. All right, lots of love then. Hope you have an amazing rest of your weekend. Bye for now.